The Bears are back in Waco at the Farrell Center after a rough two-game road trip where they lost against Iowa State. They got swept in Ames, and then they dropped 3-1 to then number 23 Colorado. But now they look to turn the tides, and what a great opportunity to do that. Bears 8-1 at home this season, and they're playing the West Virginia Mountaineers. The Bears have had their number, leading the all-time series 24-3. And you can catch all the action right here on the Baylor Lariat Radio. Hi, everyone, and I hope you all are doing well. I'm Jeffrey Cohen, here alongside me, Owen Carson. And Owen, Bears back home after a week hiatus, but right before that, a rough two-game road trip. They lost 6 in total, those two matches, 6-1 in sets. And overall, it didn't look great, particularly on the errors.
Yeah, exactly. If you look at the stats, we had 23 errors in both games, where our opponents only had 17 and 16, respectively. And I think those are just unforced errors that are going to cause you to lose points, eventually lose sets, and then lose games. Coach McGuire talked about this Wednesday in his press conference. He said he just wants the team to be more consistent. He wants us to hit the shots that we're going to hit. Make it simple, make it easy, because we know this team is good. They've shown that they're good, and they just need to produce it on the floor.
Yeah, so far on the season, 8-1 at home, 3-6 on the road. A couple of ugly losses. They've lost their last 4 road matches in a row, but just some bright spots. Again, we're going back to a pretty consistent theme throughout this season, and that's the freshmen, particularly the outside hitters, Bailey Warren and Ksenia Rockmonchik. Bailey Warren led the way with 13 kills against the Cyclones. Ksenia Rockmonchik led with 24 kills. That's a season high. And they've just really have let it on and continue to get better as the season progresses. Ksenia Rockmonchik, top 5 all-time in Baylor history for kills by a freshman, now sitting at 206. And they've just really been a bright spot throughout this entire season.
They have. I mean, if you're Baylor, you love this West Virginia matchup right now. They're going against a team that is last in digs in the Big 12 right now. And so to have Ksenia Rockmonchik and Bailey Warren, like you mentioned, match up against this Mountaineers team is something that Coach McGuire and the team will be looking forward to try and get right back on track. And, you know, they have confidence. They're going to be just fine. They know they are capable, and they just have to produce. And I think Harley Kreck is the starter for this offense, and if she can get the ball to Ksenia Rockmonchik, then some good stuff will happen for the Bears tonight.
Yeah, and you mentioned that it is a great matchup against West Virginia. As I said, Baylor 24-3 all-time against the Mountaineers. The last time West Virginia beat Baylor was back on November 22nd, 2014. But then in this season, the Mountaineers started 12-0 in non-conference play, but once they got to playing Big 12 opponents, it's been downhill, and they've been 2-8, and it's been a rough go of it in conference play.
Exactly. I mean, the Big 12 is supremely stacked this year. They have teams like BYU, Colorado, Kansas, TCU, all teams that these teams will have to face, and unfortunately for West Virginia, they haven't been able to produce against these high-powered Big 12 schools. Baylor, respectively, is 5 for 5, which you would love to see that record be a little bit better, but it's certainly better than the 2-8 that West Virginia is at right now.
Yeah, if you look to their 2 wins, their last one coming against Houston, which sits at the bottom of the Big 12, but also look to the matchup against then number 19 BYU back on October 3rd, winning that one in a 5-set thriller. But we also noticed, looking at this West Virginia team, is how undersized they are. Only 2 players above 6'4", Nina Horning and Lauren Bodley.
Exactly.
And that can really set up the Bears well at the net and can really give them the advantage blocking-wise.
I completely agree. I mean, West Virginia is only 13th out of 15th in the Big 12 in kills, and so I think Baylor will have that size advantage up front at the net tonight, and they'll hope to take advantage. Make sure that they don't have errors up in net, especially when they're blocking. Make sure those balls get down inbounds. And if we can do that tonight, I predict a win will be coming for the Baylor Bears.
Yeah, and at the beginning of the season, especially against some of the top teams in the country in those ranked matchups, Baylor has been the more undersized team. They've been getting outblocked, but especially over the last couple weeks, over the last month or so, they really started to pick it up at the net against Iowa State. They outblocked the Cyclones 11-10, but then they kind of turned the clock back, got outblocked by Colorado 10.5-5. So this will be something to look out for throughout this matchup. But the pregame show will roll on, and we'll be back after a few messages. You're listening to Baylor Volleyball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears! Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
We are just a few minutes away from tip-off here at the Farrell Center on this early November matchup between the number 23 Baylor Bears and the West Virginia Mountaineers. And also, we were talking about it over the break, Baylor trying to find a sense of urgency, coming off of an 0-2 road trip, and now at 23, their lowest ranking of the season.
Yeah, I think for the Baylor Bears, they really need to show that they need a win to get back into it, get a good vibe going around in the locker room. Like you said, 23, lowest they've been all season. Nobody wants to be 0-2. Nobody wants to be on a losing streak. And I think there will be a little extra pressure on them now that they've come home. They'll have the fans wanting to see them get a win, and there are high expectations for this team. For a team that's been ranked all season, they expect to be higher than 23, and I'm sure they're hoping to prove that tonight.
Bears at risk of losing their 116-week streak in the top 25. Now, Owen, it's time for some of the keys to this game and some of your impact players.
Yeah, the first thing I look at is the battle at the net for both West Virginia and Baylor. Baylor is a little bit taller than West Virginia, and so West Virginia will have to try and find any size that they can tonight. West Virginia certainly is a small team, and when I look at the way Baylor has been performing in the kills category, they are certainly a powerhouse with Ksenia Rachmanchik and Bailey Warren. I'm looking at passing tonight. Personally, for the Baylor Bears, Harley Kreck is a great passer. If she can get the ball to Ksenia Rachmanchik and Bailey Warren, who we just mentioned, the Bears will have an easy going tonight, because I don't know who on West Virginia will be able to return some of those kills, which leads me into our important players of the game. For Baylor, I'm looking at Ksenia Rachmanchik. You could tell in her post-game interviews that she wants to be playing better, and she wants the ball. She wants the opportunity to go down the line to get those decisive kills for Baylor. And in return, I'm looking at London Betts on the West Virginia side. She's their main libero. She will be returning most of these attacks from Baylor. And if she can get the West Virginia offense started and get the volleyballs up in the air, West Virginia has a chance to shock Baylor here at the Farrell Center.
Yeah, London Betts in her last 3 games has had 10 or more digs, against Utah 23, against Houston 16, and then their last time out against Kansas, where the Mountaineers lost in straight sets to the ranked Jayhawks. She had 10 digs. She's had 16 of those games where she's had 10 or more digs. And so she's really been a staple in that back line. And coaching for Baylor in his 11th season in Waco, Ryan McGuire has taken his team to 9 straight NCAA tournaments. And then for the West Virginia Mountaineers, head coach Jen Greeny, in her 2nd season in Morgantown, came from Washington State, where she had taken a program that was in shambles, one that she had played for when she was in college, and brought them back. And in her last season in 2023 with Wazoo, led them to a program best 26-8 record, and now trying to do the same thing here at West Virginia. So again, just 2 proven coaches. Bears trying to get back on track this season. Tip-off just a few minutes away. We'll come back with our starting lineups and tip-off here from Waco, Texas. This is Baylor Volleyball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
lights are going down at the Farrell Center. We're getting ready for a tip-off here between the Baylor Bears and the West Virginia Mountaineers. Bears about to make their entrance. And now it's time for our starting lineups for the visiting West Virginia Mountaineers. The number 4, Eiley Painter. Number 5, Alexis Finvold. Number 6, London Betts. Number 8, middle blocker, Lila Ibrahim. Number 13, outside hitter, Nina Horning. Opposite hitter, number 18, Trinity Sheridan. And then Maddie McGath, number 22, will round out the lineup. And then for the Baylor Bears, at setter, number 1, Harley Kretz. Following up, outside hitter, Ksenia Rachmanchik. At middle blocker, manning the middle, number 7, Victoria Davis. Other middle blocker, number 10, Gabrielle Essex, the transfer out of Florida. MJ McCurdy will be another outside hitter. Manuela Bibimbe at middle blocker, and then libero, the freshman, 2-time Big 12 Rookie of the Week recipient, Morgan Madison out of Magnolia, Texas. And Owen, Bears, as we've said time after time again, they need to get back on track. You said Ksenia Rachmanchik is imperative on doing that. I'm also looking to the front of that, like right at the net. Manuela Bibimbe, Gabrielle Essex, and Victoria Davis need to be on their game, and I think they really help with setting the tone. If they can make it easier on their back line and on their outside hitters, I think that's how they're going to find that offensive success all throughout the match.
100%. They set the tone for this team game in and game out. If you don't have Rachmanchik, Gabby Essex, Tori Davis, Manuela Bibimbe all working well up front together, then this Baylor offense really struggles. If we can figure out how to get the ball to them in offense and block West Virginia from attacking on defense, Baylor will be just fine. And the question is, can we do that consistently over how many sets this game decides to go? Because we know it can get very tiring up at that net.
Yeah, I think for the Bears, one of the ideas with and going into their mentality on defense, West Virginia is 3rd in the Big 12 in hitting percentage as a team with 263. And leading the way is Maddie McGath. She's 1st in the Big 12 with a 361 hitting percentage. She's 1st on the team, 3rd in the Big 12 and 73rd in the nation. So being able to slow her down is going to be major to being able just to take it easy, play your game, and force them to make those mistakes. Don't let them have a high hitting percentage and play efficient volleyball.
Exactly. Baylor will have a sense of urgency coming out of that 0-2 losing streak, but they can't play out of themselves. They have to play within themselves. They have to be able to know what they do best and execute that here on the volleyball court.
Baylor 24-3 all time against West Virginia in volleyball, riding an 18-game win streak against the Mountaineers. Last time the team from Morgantown beat the Bears was November 22nd, 2014.
That is a long time ago. Long time ago.
And you know that they're looking for this win, right? They're hungry to be the first team in over a decade to beat the green and gold. And obviously, they're hoping for their 2nd-ranked win of the season, already beating BYU towards the beginning of conference play. It'll be Alexis Finvold will be serving. 38 service aces on the season. That's 1st on the team, 3rd in the Big 12. Baylor bunched to the right side. And we are underway. McCurdy set to Gabrielle Essex, who slams it to the hardwood.
That is one way to start for Baylor. Immediately got the ball to Gabby Essex, and she took advantage.
Textbook first rally of the match. It's Morgan Madison who will serve for the Bears. She sends it forward. West Virginia set. That's McGath. That one's tipped up and off the hands of Harley Krecken out of bounds. That'll be Nina Horning. And that serve out of bounds, right past the baseline, and the Bears take a 2-1 lead.
Hopefully Baylor can build a lead here early in this first set. Baylor plays extremely well off of first set leads, and 2-1 is fine, but it can be better.
Now Tehani Ulufatu, one of the best servers on the team, 18 service aces thus far. This one tipped up, slammed, and too much for Tehani Ulufatu. There'll be a point for West Virginia. London Betts the one on the return. Now she'll be serving for the Mountaineers. This one hit by McCurdy. Correct to Rachmanchik, who sends it the opposite way. And not enough from London Betts as it goes out of bounds.
Gabby Essex and Rachmanchik both getting their opportunities here early, and hopefully we can continue that.
Rachmanchik with a nasty opposite court spike right there. Her serve with a lot of top spin. Gets received. This one, a slam. That's number 18, Trinity Sheridan. Serving for West Virginia, Trinity Sheridan. Who came into tonight, 229 kills on the season. That's second best on this Mountaineers team. Spike from Warren finds the backcourt, and it's down.
3 spike attempts, three kills for Baylor. Everybody's getting involved right now, which Coach McGuire loves to see.
We haven't seen a whole lot of resistance from either team's defense thus far. Both teams playing relatively efficiently. This one goes right over the net. Gabrielle Essex, a little early jump, gets the ball over the net. And this one, a side spinner off the hands of Gabrielle Essex, and it'll be a point for West Virginia. Now serving for West Virginia, Eiley Painter. So Eiley Painter coming on to serve. Sophomore libero. Ulufatu to correct. Tip by Warren. McGath gets it to go. West Virginia taking their first lead of the set. It's 5-4. McGath, one of the most efficient hitters on this West Virginia team. Painter, her serve hits the top of the net, diving stomp by Morgan Madison, and Gabrielle Essex slams that ball to the ground.
She gave West Virginia absolutely zero opportunity to try and return that.
Essex's second kill on the night. Serve from Kreck, and it goes off the hands of Nina Horning, and that'll be an ace for Harley Kreck, the Bears' best server. 26 serve assists. Going back to the right side once again. This one to McGath, and she gets it to go just out of the reach of Morgan Madison. And West Virginia's really like to go to their right side. And again, Maddie McGath, that's the name that we've mentioned a couple times already, and she's had her way so far. Her serve right to Madison. Kreck sets. Bibimbe gets it to go. Splits the two blockers. And keeps this set going back and forth. It's 7-6 Bears advantage. MJ McCurdy, her serve. Bad receive and a slam from Gabrielle Essex. Just too hard of a touch on the receive, went right over the net and into the palm of Gabrielle Essex. McCurdy serve hits the top of the net. Horning blocked by Bibimbe. S6 finds the right sideline. And she's really been involved at the net early.
Yeah, the court vision on that shot was unparalleled, almost like a point guard. She found her open spot and she hit it perfectly.
Third straight serve from McCurdy. This one set. And a slam from Sheridan. Doesn't get to go. Tip from Rachmanchik. Horning, another tip, followed up by the Bears. Bibimbe. Her spike gets tipped up, pushed over to the Bears side. McCurdy from the back line. This one, another block for the Bears. Back and forth. Horning once again gets blocked by Bibimbe. Correct to Rachmanchik. Doesn't get it to go. Joust at the net. And it's still up. Rachmanchik again. It's still up. Betts with the dig. Another one blocked up. Bibimbe this time on the right side. And it's down. And it'll be a point for Baylor.
Those are points right there that can really swing a momentum. Baylor now up 10-6 over West Virginia, and after a long point like that, it can really tire out the losing team.
Now we're seeing those defenses, especially in the back line, start to ease into this game. We saw London Betts make a couple of diving digs. Now Alexis Finvold being the mediator between the umpire at the net and her head coach, Jen Greeny. Another serve for McCurdy. Finvold to Horning. Tipped up, and it finds the wood. Point West Virginia, and that ends the Bears' 4-point scoring run. Alexis Finvold's serve hits the top of the net, received by McCurdy. Correct. Essex is blocked. Another block from West Virginia. And this one goes straight down. Layla Ibrahim with her second kill of the night. West Virginia trying to close the gap. It's 10-8. McCurdy lunging save. Rachmanchik is blocked.
Great block by West Virginia there. Just gave Baylor absolutely no chance to return that. And if you're West Virginia and you're getting your blocks to fall right back down, that is going to certainly help you win this game.
Layla Ibrahim on the block. Madison following up McCurdy's return. Set over the net by Rachmanchik. Betts to Sheridan. Her is too far. And it goes out of bounds past the baseline. Looks like they called a tip on the Bears right there. So now it's a 10-10 first set. Back to McCurdy. Correct. Back set. Finds Bibimbe, but her attack too far to the right, and it'll be out of bounds past the sideline.
Yeah, you can tell she really liked the look of that one and just got a little too ahead of herself there.
And so it'll be a timeout by head coach Ryan McGuire. Bears giving up a 4-0 scoring run, and they're down 11-10. So we'll be back after a few moments. You're listening to Baylor Volleyball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
We are back. Baylor trailing West Virginia 11-10 in this first set. Bears haven't lost to the Mountaineers in almost 11 years. Last time they lost to this team November 22nd, 2014. Mountaineers on a 4-0 run 5-0 run after the Bears had a 4-point run previously. Alexis Finvold. Bad return by Morgan Masson. Diving stop by Betts. And this one gets pushed over the net by Bibinbe, but just a little too strong. A great stop, great dig by Harley Kreck, trying to keep that point alive. Doesn't get the job done. Finvold deep to Morgan Madison. Rockmanchik, her spike gets tipped. This one too soft, and Harley Kreck unable to get under it.
Yeah, right now West Virginia just finding the open spots on the court, taking advantage of them, and Baylor's trying to overpower West Virginia right now, and it's not working for the Bears.
Finvold's been going right at Morgan Madison, this time to MJ McCurdy. Set too far from Rockmanchik, but gets it over the net. This one blocked by Essex, but out of bounds, and it will be a point for Layla Ibrahim and for the Mountaineers. She leads her team now with 4 kills on 4 total attacks.
All of a sudden, Baylor was up 4 to down 4 just as quick as that. West Virginia on an 8-0 scoring run.
They lead 14-10. This Finvold with another serve, and this one hits the ground right in front of MJ McCurdy. And the onslaught from West Virginia's top setter puts her team up 15. As it's Alexis Finvold, 38 serve aces thus far coming into tonight, and picks up another one right there. She's third in the Big 12. And Owen, so far in this game, we've seen a lot of prowess at the baseline from West Virginia servers. We've also seen a lot of strength from their right side, particularly Layla Ibrahim and Maddie McGath.
Yeah, right now, West Virginia is playing to their strengths, and Baylor has just one too many unforced errors. They're not playing within themselves like we said they needed to, and West Virginia has come out firing in this first set on a 9-0 scoring run, which is something that if you're a fan here in the Farrell Center, you did not expect, especially with Baylor being a 23 ranked team in the nation.
Yeah, West Virginia, 3 different players at 3 kills each. Layla Ibrahim, Nina Horning, and Trinity Sheridan. And for the Bears, Gabrielle Essex leads the way so far, 4 kills on 6 total attacks. Bibinbe in at second place for Baylor with only 2 kills, as well as 2 errors herself.
Yeah, you look at those stats and you have 3 West Virginia players each at 3 kills, with Maddie McGath trailing right behind at 2, and it just shows that West Virginia is spreading the ball around, and Baylor doesn't know where they're going to have to defend.
Alexis Vinfold, the redshirt junior out of Boca Raton, Florida, led the Mountaineers last year, 586 assists. Harley Kreck. Now it's to Gabrielle Essex. Now it's Nina Horning, but she can't get it to go. Back set to be Binbay. Tipped up. And it'll be off the hands of Alexis Vinfold and find the hardwood. So good timeout for the Bears thus far. Get that first point. And more importantly, they get Alexis Vinfold off the baseline. Serve from Morgan Madison. This one, a big slam from Trinity Sheridan up the middle.
Yeah, you did not want to give the ball right back to West Virginia there, and that's exactly what Baylor has done. We'll see if they can take it right back.
They bring in Maggie Elliott for Eiley Painter. Horning, her serve received. Bibinbe, her spike off the top of the net, diving dig. And a tip still up, pancake by Rachmanchik. Gets the ball over and just out of bounds. Too far to the side. But some more impressive defense from both liberos, London Betts and Morgan Madison. And this serve sails over the line, judge's head and out of bounds.
Looked like Nina Horning was aiming for the Baylor bench there. That was way too close.
Well, that'll bring up Tahani Ulu-Fatu. Her serve not received well, and there'll be an ace for Tahani Ulu-Fatu, her 19th on the season. That's good for second on this Baylor team. Had one in Ames against Iowa State. Finds Betts again on the serve. Diving stop by Vinfold. Gets it over with the free ball. Rachmanchik. Her slam gets blocked. This one off the top of the net. Tahani Ulu-Fatu to Rachmanchik. A big swing right there. Horning gets blocked, and it's a point for Baylor. Rachmanchik everywhere on that last point. A couple of big swings, a block here and there. Bears now trail by 3. Ulu-Fatu's serve is good. A tip at the net. Received by Kreck. Ulu-Fatu and a big slam by the freshman outside here, Ksenia Rachmanchik. And West Virginia will take their first time out of the set. Baylor crawling back. And we have another run. Bears 4-0 run. They only trail by 2. We'll be back with Baylor Volleyball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Welcome back to the Farrell Center. We have Baylor Volleyball tonight, and it's been a close one so far. Baylor trailing West Virginia only 17-15, and we're looking for Baylor to hopefully catch a lead here as Ulufatu is serving.
Ulufatu's serve. Received by Betts. Sheridan can't go. And MJ McCurdy finds the other side of the net and gets the kill. Bears now only trailing by 1 in the midst of now a 5-point scoring run. Ulufatu's serve. Hit high by Betts. Horning trying to get it back in, and a miscommunication at the net between Ibrahim and Sheridan, and the ball goes under the net. And we are all tied up at 7 here at the Farrell Center. Ulufatu back to Betts. And it goes right to Victoria Davis. A poor serve receive from London Betts. And it lands just perfectly over the net for the middle blocker, Victoria Davis. Betts diving on the receive. This one to number 12, Maggie Elliott. MJ McCurdy this time, and she gets it to go.
Ulufatu is doing for Baylor exactly what Alexis Finvold did for West Virginia earlier in the set. She's hitting excellent serves to West Virginia, making them difficult to return, and is giving Baylor the advantage at the start of the point.
Ulufatu and Harley Kreck both with an ace today. And the Bears coming back in this set. And the beginning of the set, a lot of back and forth, but over the second half of what we've seen so far, it's just been run after run. Baylor with a 4-point run, West Virginia with a 9-point run, and now Bears with an 8-point run of their own as they lead 19-17.
Completely agree. It's been a very momentum-shifted base game right now. Both teams have been going on their respective runs, and right now at 19-17, I still think it's anybody's set, and I think both these teams know this, and they'll try and get the best out of these players as they close out this set.
For the Bears, home court advantage has been strong this season, 8-1 at the Farrell Center, 3-6 on the road, and then 1-1 in neutral site matches. Tehani Ulufatu with her 8th consecutive serve. Sends it to the right side. That's to Elliott. Sheridan, hers is blocked, and it's just out of the reach of Morgan Madison, trying to make the diving dig. So West Virginia gets the first point out of the timeout. London Betts to MJ McCurdy on the serve. Set by Morgan Madison. Finds Rachmanchik, but her attack is too far, and it goes past the baseline. We are tied once again, 19 apiece. That's to McCurdy. Set from Kreck. Finds Victoria Davis, but again, just too far, and it's out of bounds. That's to McCurdy. Harley Kreck. Blocked on the attack from Rachmanchik. Kreck follows up, and for a third straight time, the Bears just too far, and they've been a little too strong on their attack.
Yeah, that's back-to-back errors for Baylor, and at such important point in the set, that is something you do not want to happen.
And that serve from Betts a little too far. And West Virginia holding on to a 21-20 lead as the first set gets closer to ending and finding a decisive winner. Rachmanchik, topspin on the serve. Trinity Sheridan trying to push it up to the opposite side. Diving save by Ulufatu, finding MJ McCurdy, who slams it down the sideline and gets it to go. Rachmanchik, and it goes off of London Betts. Betts trying to move out of the way at the last moment, but Rachmanchik able to bounce that one off the Mountaineer libero. Rachmanchik, topspin on her serve. Coach Ron McGuire said it reminded him a lot of Elise McGee, one of the best players in program history. Sheridan's attack is blocked. To McCurdy, tipped up, followed by Betts. This one pushed and inbounds, finds that front right corner. So serving for the Mountaineers, sophomore libero Tally Grissom, playing in her 18th match this season. Right to Ulufatu. To Madison. McCurdy gets it to go on the sideline once again, giving the Bears a 23-22 lead.
Yeah, that was a really excellent set by Morgan Madison, setting up McCurdy perfectly, and she took advantage.
Morgan Madison coming into tonight, 81 assists. That's third on the team. Taylor Crane's serve, received, tipped up by Ulufatu. Joust at the net, and it's Molly McGath who has the advantage over MJ McCurdy.
Yeah, unfortunately, Harley just mistimed her power a little bit there, giving West Virginia the looks of a free ball, and it leads to a West Virginia point.
Kylie Painter. Her serve just a little too much on it, and it's back behind the baseline. Baylor now with set point. It's 24-23. And coming on to serve, Harley Kreck. Trying to put this set on ice. Right to London Betts. This one hit high. Nina Horning off of Bibimbe's head. To MJ McCurdy, it's still up. Horning once again tipped up by Bibimbe. Kreck to Essex. Yes!
Never a doubt, truly. It got close there sometimes, but Harley Kreck and Gabby Essex made sure to finish West Virginia off there in decisive fashion.
Essex getting her team-leading 5th kill. Will do it for the first set. Bears take this one 25-23. And we'll step aside for a few moments, and we'll be back with the second set from the Farrell Center. You're listening to Baylor Volleyball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Welcome back to the Farrell Center. We just watched Baylor take the first set against the West Virginia Mountaineers, and right now Baylor is a 11-2 this season when they take the first set at home, and Coach McGuire is 195-24 in his career when they win the opening set. So if I'm a Baylor Bear, I really like the way that sets up for the future now, and we'll look to see if Baylor can get some consistency. They played really well at some points during that first set and really poorly during others. It was a set of runs where both teams went on a 8-0 run, and Baylor will hope to garner some consistency from their top players.
Yeah, and they've also now won all 10 of the opening sets at home this season. As we said, they're 8-1 here at the Farrell Center this season. And it just seems like a night and day difference between here, and I think that could just be a testament to the Farrell Center crowd. I mean, they're bringing some great crowds all throughout the season. We got a good one here. You got the band on the other baseline on this Friday night. So obviously looking for another Baylor win. They're starting off on the right foot.
MJ McCurdy will now serve for Baylor as they look to get out to an early lead. West Virginia receives. And a great kill from Trinity Sheridan, and she just absolutely pummeled that ball right towards Baylor.
Yeah, Sheridan and Ibrahim have really started to find their own at the net, especially kind of halfway through that first set.
Alexis Finvold serving for West Virginia. Bibinbe with an attempted kill, but it is blocked right off of West Virginia and then goes right back off of Baylor, unfortunately, giving them an early 2-0 lead. Ball is over for West Virginia. Baylor gets the point, and they will get their first point of the set after an error from West Virginia.
Yeah, it was good to go either way from Manuela Bibinbe, but they'll call a net violation against West Virginia.
West Virginia with an attempt. Bibinbe gets the ball up, correct set to Rockmanchik, and she does a great job twisting her body in the air to find the open spot on the court and give Baylor another point.
Yeah, they've really been attacking London Betts all game. London Betts, one of the top liberos in the Big 12, 307 digs coming into today. That's 5th in the conference.
Morgan Madison with a diving save for Baylor. Rachmanchik back over and a diving save from London Betts herself. Morgan Madison then sets to Bibinde. Madison is back on the ground diving all around. London Betts is diving all around for West Virginia, and Baylor ends up getting that point.
And I think that kind of goes into the size difference, right? Baylor's been able to have their way at the net and is forcing that ball to the back of West Virginia's offense.
Morgan Madison does a great job keeping the ball up there. London Betts back, and that is West Virginia with another point and another kill, bringing them tied with Baylor. And they really, with that size disadvantage that you were talking about, they have to take advantage of the open spots at the court because they're going to have a hard time beating Baylor straight up. Horning with the service error for West Virginia, giving Baylor an easy point. And now Ulu Fatu, who started that run for Baylor in the first set, will get a chance to serve and see if she has any magic left. That's off the face of her teammate while trying to reserve. Crack now sets to West Virginia. Bodies on the floor. West Virginia gets the ball over. It's a free ball for Baylor now. Craig sets back to Rachmanchik. West Virginia does a good job of keeping the ball up. And a big block from Tori Davis. That was a powerful attack from West Virginia Trinity Sheridan, but Tori Davis was having none of it on her floor. Good serve from Ulu Fatu. From behind the line, West Virginia hits it over. Tori Davis finds the opening, and there's nothing London Betts can do for West Virginia. That ball falls to the floor, giving Baylor another easy point.
Yeah, 2 straight good possessions from Victoria Davis. Came into tonight 70 blocks, good for second on Baylor.
Harley Crack now setting for Baylor. Powerful shot from NJ McCurdy, but West Virginia keeps the ball up. Battle at the net. West Virginia takes control of it. Set, and a big block from Tori Davis. That is back-to-back. She is dominating the net right now with her size advantage. West Virginia has no answer as they have to call a timeout to try and draw something new up here.
Yeah, Victoria Davis, one of the leaders on this team, junior. She's 4th on the team coming into tonight in kills, 132. She's also 1st in hitting percentage among qualified players at 329. And we're seeing how efficient she is on defense and at offense. Really one of the commanders at the net.
Yeah, she is. She's just an excellent player on the defense and offensive side of the ball, and somebody that Baylor will look to often, whether they need a stop, a point, whatever they need. Coach McGuire knows he can go to Tori Davis for that solution.
Yeah, and another person I want to look to is MJ McCurdy, one who only has 7 starts on the season, making her 8th start, and she's really been involved all throughout. Right now racking up 4 kills on 9 total attacks. That's a 444 hitting percentage, and she's pairing that very nicely with 5 digs. Again, just another good piece and adding depth to a team that has been very good at home and is still looking to make a run at the Big 12 tournament and make a run for their 10th consecutive NCAA tournament under head coach Ryan McGuire.
Yeah, MJ McCurdy is 6'2", so she is on the taller side for a West Virginia team that only has 2 players above the height of 6'2". So Coach McGuire might have McCurdy out there to give them a little bit of an extra size advantage and give them more of an advantage to something they already have. Baylor on a 4-0 scoring run. A lot of that thanks to Ulu Fatu and Tori Davis. Ulu Fatu has been great serving tonight. And West Virginia will see if they have an answer for your Bears. Ball is over, and ball is unfortunately out from Ulu Fatu. West Virginia gets the point there. Maddie McGass comes in for Trinity Sheridan for the Mountaineers, and London Betts will take the serve. McCurdy receives the serve, correct sets to Rockmonchik, and she has a big shot there. It was close. We'll see if West Virginia challenges, and they will challenge. From our point of view, it looked like it was in, but it was very close to call and could be a big point if West Virginia is able to overturn this call.
And that's a fantastic spot. If the call stands, it's a fantastic spot by Ksenia Rockmonchik. Hitting that from our vantage point on the right side of the court, sending that all the way to the back left corner. And again, and doesn't lose any power doing it either. Whether she's hitting it down the line, hitting it straight down, or hitting it across the court, using all that energy and that power she has, one of the most powerful players, not just on Baylor, but in the Big 12. And we saw it on display right there. One of the top attackers on this team as well.
Yeah, especially as only a freshman, the sky is the limit for her right now. She could easily become more powerful, more stronger as time wears on, and that is something that if you're Baylor, you are so excited for. And if you're an opponent that has to face Baylor these next couple years, they do not want to see Rockmonchik against them. Baylor retains the point, as we believe. West Virginia will lose a timeout there due to the failed challenge, and now Baylor will get another opportunity to serve.
And they just showed the replay on the Jumbotron, and West Virginia not happy, and I think they're rightfully so. That Ben Greeny's getting into it with the official at the scores table, but I think that was a questionable review right there.
Yeah, very likely too close to overturn if you're a referee, and West Virginia is supremely frustrated because that is costly for them. Rockmonchik now serving. We'll see what kind of power she gives to West Virginia. And a forcible hit from Sheridan of West Virginia. Clearly they were mad, and I think it has something to do with that last call. She gave Baylor no opportunity to return that, and now gets opportunity to serve.
Yeah, Sheridan currently on a 4-game streak with 10+ kills.
Ball floats out for Sheridan there on the left side, and Baylor now has Tori Davis serving. Ball is up for Tori Davis. Betts does her best to get it. She does. Baylor gets the ball back. Ulu Fatu sets for McCurdy. Free ball for Baylor. Ulu Fatu sets again to McCurdy. West Virginia with another set. Ball is still up right now, and Carly Kreck with one of her famous dump-offs. She is so good at that move, and something that if you're playing Baylor, you have to be looking out for, because sometimes she will just absolutely dump the ball on you, and if you're not ready for it, there's truly nothing you can do.
And I think that's what the most effective thing about this Baylor attack is, that they have plenty of power on the outside, but every once in a while we see someone like Carly Kreck just dump it off nice and soft.
Taylor Crane mistimes her dive there, and West Virginia will get the point as she's not able to keep it up. Eiley Painter subbing in for Maggie Elliott, and Painter will serve now. Ball is over for West Virginia. Kreck sets to McCurdy. She does her best to find the corner down the line, but ball just goes out. And Painter will get another serve as West Virginia looks to climb back from this deficit. Correct sets this time to Gabby Essex, and London Betts is left alone on an island, and she has no chance at returning that.
Right there, we see the power, and they just have a really good mix of that. You see the power from someone like Rockmonchik or Essex, and sometimes you'll just see a dump off or even just a tip over the blockers, keep you on your toes.
With her left hand, Trinity Sheridan gets the point for West Virginia as it goes off Morgan Madison's face, unfortunately, for Baylor, and they're not able to communicate to keep the ball up. Maddie McGath now serving, the junior middle blocker for West Virginia. Ball is over. Morgan Madison receives. Babinbe does her best to avoid the poles on the net, but it's just too much, unfortunately, and that ball will go off the sideline. West Virginia now only down 2.
Yeah, I want to go back to Trinity Sheridan. One of the best streaks she's had so far this season. Just 3 games ago, season high 17 kills against Utah.
Maddie McGath serves the ball out on the right side, giving Baylor another point, and now MJ McCurdy will get the opportunity to serve. West Virginia's Nina Horning tries to go down the line against Baylor, and she is unlucky as that ball goes out left. Just too much spin on it. Great serve from McCurdy. West Virginia with the attack, and Manuela Babinbe says, "Thank you, come again," and puts the ball right down on the court. That was almost too easy for her. They're going to give Baylor another point off of that block there. West Virginia tried to just dump it off over, and they had no opportunity as Baylor puts the ball right back down on the court. You know, Baylor's up 15-9 right now on a 4-0 scoring run, and they are playing to their strengths. They're getting their 2 outside hitters, Ksenia Rockmonchik and actually just Ksenia Rockmonchik, excuse me. She's getting supremely involved right now, along with Tori Davis and Gabby Essex. Right now, Gabby Essex has 6 kills for the Baylor Bears. Ksenia Rockmonchik is closely behind at 4. For West Virginia, Trinity Sheridan is at 9 kills. She is really the dominating force behind the offensive plays for West Virginia, but unfortunately it's not enough for them right now as they experience a 6-0 deficit and try and find an answer.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier with Trinity Sheridan, she's just been an absolute tear over the last couple of matches. Currently on a 4-match streak of 10 or more kills. Just 1 away from making that 5. Had a season-high 17 kills against Utah. Had 14 against Houston with a season-high 45 total attacks. And then against Kansas, their last time out, had 11 kills on 26 total attacks. Also with 4 digs. And we've seen that she's been the main producer on this offense. Plenty of power. And she's really been effective on attacking down the middle and finding the seams in that Baylor defense.
Completely agree. We have Linda Livingstone in attendance, which you love to see the president supporting her fellow Baylor Bears. Her daughter actually coaches on this team. It is her 2nd year, I believe, coaching for these Baylor Bears, and a little mother-daughter relationship there for the Baylor community.
Yeah, volleyball alumnus of Rice University. Started as a volunteer coach, and then eventually, after some time at Liberty, got a full-time job.
West Virginia serves over. Rockmonchik does a great job, and he goes off West Virginia's hands, giving them another point as that ball falls to the ground. West Virginia right now has no answer for Baylor's power up front. A lot of that is due to their size disadvantage. Morgan Madison over to West Virginia. McCurdy receives West Virginia's attack. West Virginia has a great block there, giving themselves a point as that ball drops, and Baylor has a lack of communication there.
Yeah, both squads' front courts really starting to settle into the second set. A couple blocks from Baylor now. We see a combined one right there for West Virginia.
Rockmonchik with a dump to try and switch things up. West Virginia does a great job to receive, and they give the ball back over to Baylor. Rockmonchik with another dump, and West Virginia has an uncharacteristic lack of communication there as it just falls down with about 6 of them all surrounding it. They were making a circle, and nobody wanted to grab it, so Baylor will take the easy point.
Yeah, it almost feels like, when you have a high pop-up on the infield in baseball, you don't know who's going to get it. You don't want your pitcher, but not clear communication from the Mountaineers right there.
Baylor over the net there, and that will give West Virginia a point. Yeah, this Farrell Center atmosphere is certainly loud. We have some members from the band here tonight. The student section is packed, and it is certainly adding to West Virginia's communication issues.
Yeah, they do a great job of supporting the Bears all throughout this season. I've seen them fluster plenty of teams.
Completely agree. Crack tries to get it to Tori Davis and Maggie Elliott with the block. That's something that West Virginia clearly talked about, is they want to get more domination up at the net, because if Baylor has their way at the net, it will be an easy game for them. London Betts to serve again. Soft serve, but ball gets over. West Virginia does a great job to keep the ball up after Harley Craig's dump. Rockmonchik gets a chance, and she takes advantage as West Virginia tries to block it, but it goes off their hands and out of bounds on the back line. So now Ksenia Rockmonchik will serve for Baylor, and she is certainly one of the excellent players, especially from the back line. Ball is over. Very powerful serve, and just like we were saying, it's too powerful for West Virginia to handle, and it goes out on the sideline.
Yeah, for Rockmonchik, throughout this entire season, just has grown in confidence in all facets of the game. And she even told Harley Craig last week, set me. And she's just being more and more confident and aggressive on offense.
Diving attempt from Baylor to try and save that attack from West Virginia, all for naught, unfortunately, as that ball goes into the stands. And Ksenia Rockmonchik serving will unfortunately come to a close a little shorter than Baylor hoped for. Now Tally Grissom will serve for West Virginia, the libero and sophomore for these Mountaineers. Ball is over for them. Ulu Fatu receives, Craig sets, right to Rockmonchik, and that is down for an easy point. She's been great at finding the spots in the zone tonight to give herself another kill, bringing her total up to 8 for the game.
Now Rockmonchik coming off of a season-high 24 kills against Colorado over a week ago.
Taylor Crane with a great serve. London Betts does her best to get it over. And just slight miscommunication there as ball goes off the net for Baylor, and they're not able to put it back over. They still have a 5-point advantage, but they do not want West Virginia to garner any momentum.
Yeah, that was a powerful serve from 5'6" libero Taylor Crane right through the hands of number 13, Nina Horning. London Betts right behind her to follow up.
Big shot from Rockmonchik to give herself another kill. She split 2 West Virginias there. West Virginia defenders up at the net, and that ball falls straight down. Getting it through two highly talented West Virginia players is an impressive feat from Ksenia Rockmonchik. Harley Craig serves the ball over, received from Painter of West Virginia. West Virginia gets another chance at it. Nina Horning gives herself a kill and adds to her total, bringing her to 3, which is the 4th most on these Mountaineers tonight.
That was a good job by Nina Horning. Just mid-rally adjustment, try to go to the opposite side, gets blocked by Gabrielle Essex. Decides you get a second chance, just split them right in between.
Craig gets the ball to Bibimbe, and she just dumps it. And West Virginia gives the ball right back to Gabby Essex, and she just dumps it right down, this time successfully, bringing Baylor's lead up to 6 and 3 points away from finishing the second set off.
Yeah, Essex very efficient in this game, 7 kills on 10 attempts.
Great receive from Morgan Madison. Craig sets to Rockmonchik, finds the opening, and London Betts, the libero of West Virginia, dives on the floor to save it. Baylor gets another opportunity. London Betts diving again, but this time it's too powerful a shot from Ksenia Rockmonchik. Baylor now brings their tally to 23, and there's only so much London Betts can do there.
Yeah, and we've seen all match Ksenia Rockmonchik and the Baylor attackers just attacking Betts wherever she is on the court.
Great serve from Baylor. Callie Grissom for West Virginia unfortunately cannot receive it, and that ball falls out of bounds. Baylor is 1 point away from taking this second set.
We've seen a couple of poor receives from West Virginia.
Big block from Rockmonchik. West Virginia gets another chance at it. Another block from Bibimbe. Another block from Bibimbe. And that she was one-on-one on that, and she gives Baylor the point there. West Virginia kind of feels to themselves right now, what are we doing wrong? It's just Baylor's the better team. They're playing better right now. They're taller. They're playing more physical, and they're more powerful at the net, which West Virginia has no answer for, and is part of the reason they are down 0-2 early in these first 2 sets.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a close first set, right? Both teams going on runs, but we really saw Baylor going to their bread and butter. And that's a lot, just keeping different looks on the attack, right? We've seen Ksenia Rockmonchik just wind up and just slam it down, getting it to the hardwood, whether it's going down the line, going across court. We've seen Gabrielle Essex just tip that ball right down. We've seen Harley Craig dump it off. We've seen tips, and they're just keeping that West Virginia defense on their toes. If they see that no one's following up those blockers, well, let's just tip it right over those hands and find the hardwood. And it's just been working, especially in that second set. And they won pretty decisively by 9 points, and they look to complete the sweep in the next set.
West Virginia is kind of looking to themselves right now and wondering how they got down so early, never really having a chance in that second set as Baylor took advantage. Ksenia Rockmonchik now brings her kill count to 10. Gabby Essex is at 7. And MJ McCurdy is third with 4 kills, tied with Manuela Bibimbe. We're going to take you to commercial, and we will be right back in the Farrell Center very soon as Baylor takes the first 2 sets.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch your latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
We are back. Farrell Center up on its feet and getting loud. Bears holding a decisive 2-0 lead over the West Virginia Mountaineers, looking for their 19th consecutive win over the Navy and Gold. Bears won the first set in a tight contest, 25-23, but really stepped into their own in the following set, winning that one 25-16. Ksenia Rock-Monchik, the first and only Bear to reach double-digit kills so far. She's got 10 on 28 total attacks. Alexis Finvold, her serve right to Rock-Monchik. McCurdy with the attack up the middle. London Betts with the set. Sheridan gets tipped up. Ball stays up. But it'll go out of bounds off the pass from Gabrielle Essex. It'll be a 1-0 lead for West Virginia. Trinity Sheridan with her match-leading 11th kill. That's 5 straight matches with 10 or more. Rock-Monchik to Kreck. Gabrielle Essex, and it's just too far as the flag raises from the line judge. It's out of bounds. Almost made contact with the Mountaineer defenders, but to no avail. Rock-Monchik to Kreck. Back to Ksenia. Loops it over the top of the blockers. This one blocked, stays up, and it goes under the net. Trinity Sheridan unable to get the ball over, and the Bears get their first points of the set.
Another great block up front from Baylor. Something that they've done extremely well so far in these first 2 sets.
Morgan Madison with the set. tough receive right to Bibimbe, and this one cross-court slam. Ksenia Rachmanchik, the freshman out of Minsk, Belarus, earned first place in the national tournament back home, earning the Gold Talent Award. London Betts with the set, and Maggie Elliott tries to get the point, but she's just wide. And the Bears take their first lead of the third set.
Like the refs are having a little conversation here after that last point, especially after their last controversial call, West Virginia wanting to make sure they get it right, and I'm sure the refs are as well. Point stays with Baylor, though.
They might have been discussing a possible tip from Baylor, but they all agree Maggie Elliott's attack goes just wide. Morgan Madison, a third of that impressive freshman trio for the Bears. Two-time Big 12 Rookie of the Week, along with the other two, Bailey Warren and Ksenia Rachmanchik, both winning the awards as well. First time since 2022. The Bears have had 3 freshmen to win the award.
Yeah, Coach McGuire has a special group of freshmen. The team knows it, he knows it, and they're excited for what the future holds.
Trey Sheridan trying to go up the middle, blocked by Bibimbe, kept up. Rachmanchik with the tip. I'll go back to the Mountaineers. London Betts. This one just misses the back corner. Layla Ibrahim trying to get her team back on the right foot. Madison with the soft serve to the front. Tip followed up by Madison. Correct. Rachmanchik once again kept up and blocked. Another block from Baylor. Back, and it's Manuela Bibimbe denying it. And once again, Victoria Davis getting a hand on it, but it goes straight down on her own end, and it'll go to West Virginia.
Yeah, something that Coach McGuire focused on and prefaced before this West Virginia game is he wanted to dominate those blocking, that blocking up front, and right now they've done an excellent job of it. Ksenia Rachmanchik at 4, Gabby Essex at 2, and Manuela Bibimbe at 3.
And a soft tip from Victoria Davis. Again, just different looks from the Baylor attack, and it's been effective. So now Tahani Ulufatu, just 2 aces away from career number 50. This one hit up to London Betts. Back to Sheridan. Ulufatu eats it up and pushed over by Carly Kreck. Another one, and MJ McCurdy can't come up with it as it goes out of bounds, and it'll be a point for the Mountaineers. This one off the top of the net and got by the Bears. Ksenia Rachmanchik trying to go to the opposite sideline, but just lofts it a little too much, and we are tied at 5.
West Virginia in the first set that they gave a really good run for Baylor was really good at finding the soft spots in the zone, really good at finding the openings where they could take advantage, especially with their size disadvantage. That's something I'm looking to get back to as Tori Davis absolutely slams it down there. She is dominating up front.
And she got every last piece of it. That's her 4th kill on 6 attempts. Also has a pair of errors. Monchik, low serve. Hit over by McGath. Long set by Harley Crack and MJ McCurdy. Too much for London Betts to eat up. And it's 7-5 Bears. Monchik, a high toss into her serve. Over to Horning, blocked by Harley Crack. Crack gets a hand on it again. Ulufatu hits it back. Monchik to McCurdy. It's blocked. And off the hands of a diving Davis. And the point will go West Virginia.
Yeah, Baylor played that point excellently there. Unfortunately, just struggled to bring it home, and West Virginia takes advantage.
Diving stop from Ulufatu, unable to keep it in bounds. Monchik almost going crashing into the first row, but not enough steam to get that ball.
Got to keep the fans safe. They're some of the best out here.
Ulufatu on the receive. Jay McCurdy tipped up, diving dig from London Betts. Another block. Tori Davis. And she'll be subbed out for Taylor Crane, who comes on to serve. Crane in her 17th match played has 2 service aces to 3 errors. This one popped up. Back to Horning. Slams it down the middle. And Monchik on the return, just a little too low as it trickles under the net. Baylor going to a smaller set. Morgan Madison, Ansahani, Ulufatu on. Gabrielle Essex, a little finesse right over the hands of the West Virginia blockers, finding the hardwood.
Yeah, 2 West Virginia defenders there went up to try and block Gabby Essex, and she just found the soft spot and took advantage. A simple dump is sometimes all you need.
And that serve from Harley Crack floats to the right and out of bounds.
Uncharacteristic from her, for sure. She's usually pretty consistent.
One of the main servers on this ranked Baylor team. Right to Monchik on the return. Bibinbe gets it to the back line, popped up. Maggie Elliott's is returned by Monchik, who tips it over the net. That's to Layla Ibrahim with a good spot, finding the opposite back corner.
West Virginia has a huge discrepancy in kills right now. 13 from Trinity Sheridan. The next best is 5 from Layla Ibrahim.
Harley Crack once again dumping it and getting the point for her Bears. MJ McCurdy back at the service line. Spent last year at Texas State. This one tipped up, received by Morgan Madison. Monchik, her attack is hit up. And Maggie Elliott's trying to make the diving dig, unable to keep it up. So MJ McCurdy who was a 2024 All-Tournament team in the Sun Belt Championship for the Bobcats. This one blocked by Bibinbe. Another effort from West Virginia, and it's off the hands of Crack. Been rolled back at the baseline. Right to Morgan Madison. Harley Kreck with the jumping set. Finds Rockmonchik, but it's London Betts on the return. Dumped over the net by Sheridan. Rockmonchik again. Too hard, and she gets the slam. Ksenia Rockmonchik takes advantage of the poor return and cashes in for another point.
Ksenia Rockmonchik, third time's the charm there. She gets her kill count up to 13 now for the night.
Morgan Madison with the low serve. Another poor receive right over the net. And who does it find? Manuela Bibinbe, who just tips it straight down. We've seen that a couple times throughout this match where the Baylor serves are just too much for West Virginia to handle, too hard of returns, and it goes right back into the Baylor hands. Tip diving try by Carly Kreck. Bears trying to keep it up, can't get it over the net.
Yeah, so when you're facing a size disadvantage like West Virginia is, sometimes you just have to tip it over the defenders, and in that case it worked and left Baylor unable to return it.
Kylie Painter, sophomore out of Pottsville, Pennsylvania, right to McCurdy. And Victoria Davis elevated but can't get the ball over the net as it returns back to the Bears side. Painter last season had a service ace in 9 different matches for the Mountaineers. This one just a little too much on it. Goes out the back of the baseline. Fatu already with 7 digs, an assist, and an ace thus far. Can't quite get it over the net. We are all tied up at 14. Bears with a 2-0 lead over the Mountaineers. London Betts, the transfer from Purdue Fort Wayne. Finds McCurdy. Kreck dumps it over, and London Betts with the diving effort, unable to keep the ball up.
That was really impressive from Harley Kreck. Usually she tries to dump it right off in the middle, but this time she saw the opening on the sideline, and there was nothing London Betts could do there.
Yeah, Harley Kreck, not necessarily known for her attacking ability. So far on the season, has had only 33 kills coming into this match with 599 assists, but she's been everywhere on the court already with 3 attacks. And we'll step aside just for a few moments. We'll be back with the third set. Bears up 15-14. You're listening to Baylor Volleyball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Looking to pull away in this third set and complete a sweep of the Mountaineers. They're holding on to a 1-point lead here in the third set. Ksenia Rockmonchik on the serve for the Bears, wearing their anthracite jerseys with gold numbers. West Virginia with their white with navy letters and numbers. This one, Maddie McGath right up the middle. Gets it to go off of Victoria Davis's hands to tie it up at 15. Haven't seen a whole lot of McGath after that first set. This one hit up Carly Kreck to MJ McCurdy. Finds the ground and gives the Bears another lead.
Yeah, those side shots to the middle or side shots to the other side is something that's been working for Baylor these entire sets, and they look to continue it here as Taylor Crane now serving for your Bears.
Taylor Crane up the middle. Hit up by Eiley Painter to McGath. Off the top of the net. Returned by the Bears. And Ksenia Rachmanchik finds London Betts, who hits it off to the side. And it's point Baylor.
London Betts has got to be thinking to herself, what can I do when I have some of Baylor Volleyball's attacks just towering down on me?
Betts receives the serve. Horning, right to Rachmanchik. Essex, another tip. Landing on the inside box of the West Virginia end. West Virginia substitutes. Takes out Alexis Vinfold, puts in Lauren Bodley. Bodley, the tallest player on this team, along with Horning. The only two above 6'2", both standing at 6'4". This one to McGath. And bounces off both arms of Gabrielle Essex. They'll go down for a Mountaineer point. Serve, diving, receive. And who is it again with the dump off? Harley Kreck.
Another one from the middle to the right side for us, and she just takes advantage of the open spot on the court, and something that clearly she's practiced and clearly has put a lot of work in and is taking advantage of.
We've seen great court vision from pretty much all the Baylor attackers so far. McGath trying to go opposite court. Diving stop by Morgan Madison, keeping the ball up. And this one goes right by her. McGath once again on the scoring end for West Virginia. McGath really starting to crank it up after a relatively unproductive second set. McCurdy blocked straight down.
West Virginia finally got two defenders up to attack McCurdy, and this time it works, giving themselves a block and a point.
McGath serve right to Rachmanchik. Dibinbe on the attack. Tipped up. Horning blocked. Mountaineers keep it up. Good up by Morgan Madison, and that's another denial from that front of West Virginia. Lauren Bodley and Lila Ibrahim not giving Baylor an inch. And we are all knotted up at 19. And we'll just take a few moments. We'll be back with Baylor Volleyball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Tight third set here at the Farrell Center in Waco, Texas. We're tied up at 19 between the number 23 Baylor Bears and the West Virginia Mountaineers. West Virginia looking to end an 18-match losing streak against the green and gold. Bailey Warren coming in after not playing very much this match. Rachmanchik up the middle. Goes right at McGath, who can't come up with it. And off comes Bailey Warren, one of the staples of the Baylor attack. Ryan McGuire has elected for MJ McCurdy a lot more this match. Horning up the middle. Madison on the receive. Rachmanchik can't get it to go. Blocked. Gabrielle Essex denies Maggie Elliott.
Back-to-back great points, one at the net for Baylor. There's no reason they should be losing those points at the net, and they just showed why.
McCurdy with a line drive serve. Tipped up around the net. MJ McCurdy finds the corner. Gets it right past London Betts. And the Bears are on the doorstep of a sweep. They're up 22-19.
West Virginia right now does not want to go down too soon, too quickly, but they're already down 3. Baylor only needing 3 more to complete the sweep, like you said. And they're West Virginia trying to figure something out, how to defeat Baylor attackers at the net.
Yeah, and for the West Virginia attack, it seemed like that first set was a lot of Maddie McGath. That second set, we saw a lot of Trini Sheridan, and now again we've seen McGath. But they haven't had a whole lot of different looks on the attack. They've really focused in on one player, one of their outside hitters. And Baylor's really starting to predict where this ball is going to go and play to where West Virginia is going to be.
Yeah, Baylor's done a great job of getting 2 bodies up at the net most of the times, and West Virginia has no answer for it right now. They can't get the ball over, they can't get the ball to the side, and Baylor is doing whatever they want and getting easy points sometimes.
Yeah, and they've kept Nina Horning relatively quiet, extremely quiet throughout this game. 31 total attacks, only 5 kills and 6 errors. That's good enough for a negative .032 hitting percentage. Nina Horning leads this West Virginia team in 5 different offensive categories. She's second in 3 others. But she hasn't been able to find the hardwood pretty much at all tonight.
Baylor has 11 more kills than West Virginia right now, which is just something that, if you're Coach Greeny of the Mountaineers, you do not want to have happen.
Bodley trying to get the tip. Gabrielle Essex with the swing, and it goes out of bounds on the West Virginia return. Bears take a 23-19 lead. McCurdy serve, a soft one. Received by Elliott, and it's blocked. A denial, Gabby Essex once again. That's her 4th of the match.
Baylor 1 point away from completing the sweep.
Bear paws in the air. Tipped up, Bodley trying to tip it. Received by Madison. And it's Gabrielle Essex who puts the bow on this one and completes the Bears sweep of the West Virginia Mountaineers. as the Bears improve overall against West Virginia to 25-3 across 28 all-time meetings and makes it 19 straight victories over the Mountaineers. The Bears on the season improve to 13-8 overall, 8-5 in conference, and they now jump up to 9-1 at home. And that's really been their bread and butter, is right here at the Farrell Center.
Yeah, I mean, they've been an excellent at-home team. They obviously play ranked Utah coming into the Farrell Center on Sunday, and they'll try and continue their dominance. But the question for this Baylor team as playoff volleyball begins to approach us is whether or not they can win on the road and take this energy that they have in the Farrell Center, this competitiveness, this ability to just win, and see if they can do it in other arenas.
And on the other side, West Virginia drops to 14-9 overall, 2-9 in conference play. Their only two wins against Big 12 opponents came against then number 19 BYU and then last place Houston. They're now 3-5 on the road. They coming into tonight sitting at 13th in the Big 12. And they're really putting the pressure on Baylor early, but as the game progressed, their attack really seemed to thin out, and they really started to focus more on seeing production only from Maddie McGath and Trinity Sheridan.
Yeah, Baylor found what worked there, and they got their best attackers. Ksenia Rockmonchik and Gabby Essex both got to double-digit kills tonight, and Baylor just took advantage of their size and stuck to their plan, and it ended up working. West Virginia was kind of on their toes the entire night trying to figure out any solution they could have for Baylor. And like you mentioned, that first set, they did play well. They went on a 8-0, 9-0 run, and it looked like Baylor might get upset here in the Farrell Center, but not to be tonight for the Mountaineers, and Baylor takes them down in 3 sets.
Well, Baylor takes this one 3-0, winning the first one 25-23, the second set 25-16, and then the final and decisive third set 25-19. The Bears with a .269 hit percentage with 47 kills on 108 total attacks. West Virginia held to under a 200 hitting percentage at 176, only 34 kills on 108 attempts. Ksenia Rockmonchik leading the way for the Bears and for the whole match, 15 kills on 41 attempts, a .244 hitting percentage, as well as 2 service aces. Gabby Essex with 11 kills, 4 blocks as well. For the Mountaineers, Trinity Sheridan with 14 kills led the way. Maddie McGath in second place with 7. As the Bears continue their all-time dominance over the West Virginia Mountaineers. But they'll be back at the Farrell Center on Sunday. But that'll do it from us here. Make sure to tune in on Sunday as the Baylor Lariat Radio will be broadcasting the Bears taking on the Utah Utes. And it'll be Iker Estrada and Aiden O'Connor on the call, with the match beginning at 3 p.m., broadcast at 2:40 p.m. But with this one on Friday night, Bears take it 3-0. And I'm Jeffrey Cohen here alongside me, Owen Carson, and from all of us here at the Baylor Lariat Radio. You've been listening to Baylor Volleyball on the Baylor Lariat Radio. Beautiful. Great job.